Last weekend, Trolls Band Together, the third film in the Dreamworks Trolls franchise, opened in theaters, so as to rank all three of the Trolls movies from worst to best. Coming out last place is Trolls Band Together. As someone who really enjoyed the previous two films of this franchise, I was a bit disappointed with this one. The writing for it was just odd. I can't really determine who the audience for the film is. On one hand, it tries to entertain the 90s kids who are now parents with homages to 90s boy bands, but on the other hand, most of it comes off as really childish, which I know is a weird thing to say about a movie that's marketed to children, but compared to the other two films, it felt the most childish, especially with the weird mixing of the tones. I hope that makes sense. The plot really isn't all that interesting, and it has way too many side plots bogging it down, and the villains in this movie also feel very out of place, based on the previous villains of the other two movies. The relationship between Branch and Poppy also feels very inconsistently written. The film doesn't know if it wants to make them romantic or platonic. It tries to find a medium, and it just doesn't work. In the animation department, though, it shines, making each stop on this road trip have a very different animation style that feels very unique. Overall, though, the movie felt pretty flat. Number 2, Trolls. This movie is delightfully creative with incredibly infectious energy, and it can be pretty clever at points. I think I like it because it kind of reminds me of Fraggle Rock. I like the soundtrack to this movie and the sweet love story between the Bergens, and this movie leaves me with a smile. And coming in at first place is Trolls World Tour. Whereas the first film focuses solely on pop music, this film explores a more diverse library of classics from most genres. The villain is even better than the first one, though tributes and references to classic rock songs are great. However, it doesn't feel like the characters are as expanded from the first one as they should be, but out of these three, it's the one that entertains me the most, so it comes in at number 1. So here to share a ranking of the 3 Trolls movies, and I will see you next time.